Hi guys and welcome. I finally got my hands on the beautiful Chanel Denim Collection, and today I'm going to be using one of the eyeshadow quads, the highlighter, eyeliner, mascara, and one of the Rouge Coco Flashes as well. I'm also going to be doing two different eye looks, one using one of the Chanel quads and another one incorporating the highlighter as well. So today I'm going to use the eyeshadow palette in Denim Dream. I haven't used any of these products yet, so it's the first time with you guys. I got mine from Selfridges. They popped up about a week ago and they quickly sold out, so I was lucky to get what I've got. This hasn't launched yet here in New Zealand. I think it's launching next week, so I still haven't picked up that hand cream, so I'm going to get that next week. And also at Selfridges, they didn't have the blue colored lipstick either, so I'll get that next week as well. And then probably tomorrow or the day after, I'll do another video and I'll use the one in Coco Dream. Now I have taken photos of this in natural light, so I will pop that up here for you to take a look at. Now there has been a lot of reviews on this already, but I still will swatch it. And of course it is the beautiful, this is the Chanel, the Denim Collection. Now when I first saw promo pictures of this, I thought it was absolutely gorgeous. I understand that the eyeshadows are not overly pigmented and they're supposed to give just a wash of color, but really I prefer that with my eyeshadows, especially with my everyday makeup. So let's open this up, and they come, both of the eyeshadows, with this really lovely denim pouch, and it has a stitched CC logo on the front, and it's in a soft pink color. And the pouches, I think, are just really, really gorgeous. So here is Denim Dream. It's got that beautiful pink in it, also a really darker blue, a light blue, and it looks like just a white shade as well. I think it looks really beautiful and I'm really excited to try it on. So here they are swatched. It's a white shimmer shade. Next is a soft pink, that is satin matte. Next we've got, it's a icy pale blue, and this is a satin. And last is a darker denim shade. So Chanel described this collection as the new way to wear denim fabric as makeup. So let's try this on. Now I'm going to do two different looks. First of all, I'm just going to solely use the palette. And then for my second look, what I'll do is I'll incorporate the highlighter as well. And I already have all my base makeup on, including face powder, but I haven't put on bronzer yet because I want to show you what the highlighter looks on my face. I'll also use a blush as well, but I want you to see both of those before I put on a bronzer. So if I remember towards the end of the video, I'll put on a bronzer then, just to give the full face of makeup, and see what the blush and highlight looks like together with the bronzer. So I've got my rèphr number 14 brush. Also the embossing on this is really beautiful as well. It's got the Chanel logo and it looks stitched as well, but now that I've swatched it, those aren't going to last very long at all. So I'm going to start off with this pink shade, and I understand, as I was saying earlier, that this isn't overly pigmented. So we'll see what this is like. I'm going to put this all over my lid. I think this is a really pretty shade though. Really, really pretty. So take that over my lid, through the crease, and up onto my brow bone as well. And I'll just keep dipping in and slowly building this up, or as much as I can build it. But that is a really lovely shade of pink. It's really, really pretty, and it is blending out really beautifully, and I think that's gorgeous actually. Just by itself, I think that is really pretty. Of course it's going to be a very sheer look just by itself, but I think that looks really lovely. So I've also got the mascara. I did decide to pick up the mascara, so I'll wear that today, and also the eyeliner as well. The eyeliner shade looks gorgeous, and I think it's going to go really beautifully with this eyeshadow look. So I'm going to actually put some of this pink on my lower lash line as well, because I don't think it's a shade. I'm going to put the darker shade over the top, but it's not so pink that it would make your eyes look sore. So I've just wiped down my brush, and now we'll go into this deeper shade here. This is a really deep denim shade, and I'm going to put this in the outer corner. And I've only really picked up a very small amount because I'll build it up if I think that it needs it. Not that it's going to be a huge punch of colour, but I think it's going to give enough so that you still get some really good dimension. So I'll just lightly go in there again. Now I'm going to take the rèphr number 3 again. I'm going to stay with this deeper shade, and I'm going to run some of this on my lower lash line as well. I'm going to use one of the applicators that came with the quad. It's got a sponge tip, and I'm going to go into this icy blue shade and put that over the rest of my lid through here, and also take a little bit of that just up through here as well. Then I'm just going to use the other sponge applicator, go into this lighter shade here, and I'm going to put a little bit of that over the top of the other shade just in through here, and I'm also going to put some of this in my inner corner as well. So I'm just taking my rèphr 3, which I have wiped on my microfiber cloth in front of me, and put some of this in my inner corner. I'm just going to take my rèphr number 13. I'm going to go back to this pink shade because I've sort of gone over all that which I initially applied, and I'm just going to put a tiny bit just in here, just to give that little hint of that really beautiful pink. So this is the cooler out of the 2 eyeshadow quads, and I think it looks really beautiful. So I've got the eyeliner, as I was saying earlier, in Bleu Twill. This is number 98, and I think this has been really popular as well. And I just picked up the one from Selfridges, but I think I'm going to get at least another one when this arrives in New Zealand next week, because the colour is just beautiful, and I love Chanel eyeliners. In a lot of my videos, I wear Chanel eyeliners. I think that they just perform really beautifully. I think they glide on beautifully, but they're not too soft, and they work really well with my oily skin, and they just last all day. So here it is swatched. It's beautiful. It's got this beautiful grey deep blue. It's just so lovely. And I'll also put on the Chanel mascara. This is the one in Indigo, and there's people that really love this formula, and there's other people that aren't that fussed by it. I really like it, and I also love the packaging as well. Now this is quite a bright color, this Indigo, so I'm just going to swatch a little bit on the back of my hand, and I'll show you that as well. I wasn't going to pick this up, but I thought, no, I'll be brave and put it all together and see what it looks like. So here is the shade Indigo. So you've got the eyeliner here, and this is the mascara shade. So it's going to be interesting to see what this looks like on. So let's see what this is like. I don't put a lot of eyeliner on. I usually just put enough on just so it makes my eyelashes just appear, my little eyelashes just appear that little bit more thicker. So here is the finished eye look. And at first I wasn't too sure about that mascara, because from the promo photos and also when I just swatched it now, it did look quite bright. But it works really beautifully with this eyeshadow. I think everything. The eyeliner is just gorgeous. The eyeshadow quad is beautiful. And I really do think it has enough pigment. I think it's just gorgeous. And altogether, I think it is just really, really pretty. So before I do the second look, I'm going to put on the highlighter, blush, and some lipstick first. So the highlighter is called Coco Denim, and I also took photos of this in natural light as well. So I'll pop that up here so you can take a look. And again, it comes in this really gorgeous little denim pouch with that beautiful Stitch CC logo, that beautiful soft pink. So here is the beautiful Coco Denim Highlighter. It's just gorgeous, and again with the embossing, that really beautiful stitching. And here it is swatched. It doesn't feel glittery at all. It actually felt really smooth when I swatched it, And it's also got just a very small soft pink reflect in it as well. So I will be putting on some blush as well, but first of all let's just put on the highlighter. So the brush that I've got is the Rèphr Shadow. This is the 051. This is also used for a blush, but I think it would work really well with this highlighter. And it does, it actually goes on really beautifully. So if you used your finger, you'd probably get more punch out of this highlight, but I like it like this. I like a more subtle highlight, and I think that just looks really beautiful. So I'm going to keep using the brush and just put some on the other side. This is really pretty. It's going to look really gorgeous on the eyes as well for my next eyeshadow look. And for the blush, I've got a Chanel one. This is one of their cream to powder blushes, which I absolutely love. And I'm just using a Sonia G brush to put this on. So a lot of this will go over the highlight as well. So I am loving that highlight. I think it's beautiful. And I think if you used a brush similar to what I did to put it on, and this brush tends to diffuse product, you could put that all over your cheek and then a blush over the top, and that would be really beautiful as well. What I'm going to do is grab the highlight again, and I'm just going to go in with my finger and pop a little bit more on my cheekbone, just so you get just more punch out of it, and you definitely do by using your finger. But for me, for my everyday makeup, I would just stick with the brush that I use to begin with. It is beautiful when you build it up. And again, it's just got this beautiful luminescence to it. It's not chunky or glittery in any way. That just looks really pretty. I'm very impressed with the highlighter. I know a lot of people, that was one of the items out of this collection that didn't tend to sell out very quickly, and these products are coming in and out of stock all the time, but I'm really pleased that I picked it up. I think it's just beautiful. It's not this stark blue either, which I thought it may be, and that's because it's got that little bit of that pink reflect in it as well. It gives it a softness, and it's not too stark. So even though Selfridges didn't have that blue one, I did pick up one of the Rouge Coco Flashes because I really love these lipsticks and love the formula. So the one that I got is in Washed Beige, and that's number 286, and here it is swatched. And that is a really lovely shade, but I also think this would look really lovely, this eye look, and with the blush and the highlight, also with a very light pink lipstick as well. So I'm going to wash this off and put a pink shade on. So I think that this pink shade of lipstick looks really beautiful as well. Well, the whole look, I think, is just, it's absolutely gorgeous. So now I'm going to wash this eyeshadow off, and I'll be back and do the second and final look using the highlighter on my eyes as well. So before I get started on the second eyeshadow look, I'm just going to put on a little bit of bronzer now. This is the Bleu Beige's one, the Healthy Glow Bronzing Cream. And this is in the new formula that was released last year, but still not in the US. So I'm hoping for you guys in the US, when the Bleu Beige's is released later in the year, that this is included as well. So this is the lightest shade, and it is really subtle, not a hint of an orange look in it whatsoever. But I really like it because it just gives this really subtle warmth. So I'm just going to be putting on the smallest amount. And I think if you're going to put on bronzer, especially with a more cooler makeup look, then a really subtle bronze is probably the way to go. And there is a lot of product in these, but you can see with the dip in there that I use this one a lot. I picked up 2 shades, and this is my favorite one. So I've wiped down my rèphr 14, and again I'm going to start with this soft pink shade and take that all over my lid, just as I did before, through the crease and up onto the brow bone as well. Now it may get lost again when I apply the other shades, But it also can give a different tone to the shades as well, just by putting like this pink underneath. And I do think it is really, really beautiful. Now, it took a bit of washing off with my eyeliner and mascara, so I'm pleased I'm only doing 2 eye looks for this, because the skin around your eyes is really sensitive, and mine in particular, and they tend to get sore quite easily when I'm washing makeup off. If I have to do it usually more than 2 times, 3 times, it starts to get quite raw. So I'm pleased this is my second and final look. And I'm going to do the same, take the rèphr number 3, and with that same pink shade, put a little bit on my lower lash line as well. I'm not going to be using the shade because I want to use the highlighter. So I'm going to go into this shade next, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this all over the lid, because even though it's quite deep, I'm just going to go in very lightly and just give just a very sheer wash of colour over my lid. And again, I'm going to take that through the crease and up onto the brow bone as well. But if you just go in lightly, you just get this really beautiful wash of colour. I'm just going to pick up a little bit more and add just to give a little bit more depth. And again, back to the rèphr 3, and also going to put this my lower lash line, just like I did with the last eyeshadow look. So now I'm going to put on the highlighter shade. This is the rèphr number 28 brush. And I'm going to put this all over my lid. And because it's not glittery or chunky, it actually goes on really beautifully. And I think it looks gorgeous over that deeper shade as well. It's really pretty. Then back to my rèphr 3, and I'm going to put just the highlighter shade still and put some of this in my inner corner. Then what I'm going to do is take my rèphr number 13. I'm going to go back to this deeper shade, and I don't want too much of this in the outer corner, but I am just packing the brush and just adding just a little bit. I'm not taking this up onto my brow bone. I just want just a little bit more depth, just a slight amount in the outer corner. So again, I just used the eyeliner in Bleu Twill and also the same mascara in Indigo. And here is the finished eye look. And again, I think this is really beautiful. The highlighter worked so well, and because I've mentioned it before, but because it's not chunky and glittery, it just goes on really smoothly and just works really well with this eyeshadow quad, and I think it'll work really beautifully with the other one as well. So the highlighter not only looks really beautiful on the cheeks, and I also think it would look beautiful under a blush as well as just as a highlighter, but works gorgeous on the eyes as well. So overall, I think this collection is just stunning. Really, really beautiful. I'm looking forward to using the other one, which is called Coco Jean, and hopefully I'll do a video on that tomorrow. And again, I'll do the 2 different looks, just using the quad by itself and also with the highlighter as well. But so far, I think it's beautiful, and I think these really have enough pigment. I thought from what I'd read and what people were talking about, there was really going to be this just a very subtle, barely there wash of color. But I think you get quite a bit of pigment, and it's definitely enough for me with my everyday makeup. And the whole collection is just cohesive and absolutely beautiful. I'm looking forward to getting the Coco Rouge Flash in the blue shade, and I also want to pick up that hand cream as well. So let me know in the comments below, have you picked up any of this collection and what you have purchased so far? And as I said earlier in the video, this does tend to be coming in and out of stock, and I always post it to my Instagram stories, and if I get round to it, also on my community page as well. So that's it for today's video. I would love it if you gave it a like and subscribed, and I will see you next time. Bye.